Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be going over frequency separation in Photoshop. Hope you enjoy. Alright guys, let's get started. So we're going to make two duplicate background layers and we're going to turn off our first one. Now select your second one. We're going to go to Filter, Blur, and then Gaussian Blur. Now we're going to select a radius that will blur all the colors together, but it won't be too intense. So you'll see me kind of going back and forth a little bit just to make sure that I'm actually seeing, some kind of melting of colors together, I guess you can say. And then click OK. And then let's go ahead and turn on that top layer. So now the top layer, we're going to go to Image, Apply Image, and then we're going to make sure that our layer here is selected to layer 1. So that's going to be layering on top of that first layer that we created. And make sure you check invert, and the blending mode is to add and scale is to 2. Opacity 100. And then click OK. Now you're going to see this kind of gray outline of your image. That's completely normal. That's what we want. And then we're going to go to linear light. Changing the blending mode to linear light. Sorry guys. And then what that's going to do is that'll make sure that our lines stay. So if you group them and then you turn them on and off, there should be little to no difference. For the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and rename this frequency separation, and then I'll go ahead and rename our detail layer details, which is where we did the apply image, sorry. And then the bottom one we're going to name colors, and that's because we're just going to work on the colors there. And another thing, by no means is she, does she have flaws or anything. It's just because when you shoot, sometimes you get really harsh shadows or unflattering shadows, and this is just to separate, the detail from the colors, and you're going to fix those shadows, and then you're going to fix the lines if you need to. By lines, I mean the details in your subject. So what I'm just using a regular brush, the brush tool, and I'm selecting colors around from where I want to fix. So I'm not going in and I'm not selecting, a shadow and putting it on a highlight. I'm just going in and from the surrounding colors, just blending them in, making sure that any funky colors that I see, some color casting going on or whatever it may be, I'm just fixing it with very minimal opacity. So I work with a Wacom tablet, and I work with a pen. So what it's doing is every time I press my pen down, it's gonna choose the opacity for me. It's only gonna go up to the opacity I give it on the top. So it's pressure sensitive. And if you're gonna be working with portraits or anything, of that nature, then I suggest you go out and buy one. So now I'm just going to continue and fix all these just shadows, I guess, and mismatched colors. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this section just because I am blending for a while. Now, I wanted to add more of a blur to our colors layer, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the filter, blur, and then Gaussian blur, and I'm going to select a smaller radius than I did last time because we're just adding this on top of what we've already done. So we don't want to go too overboard like I mentioned before. Now going in with our clone stamp tool, we're going to select the details layer. With our clone tool, we're going to select the desired texture that we want from the image. So, any smooth areas that you want to bring over to a high texture area, or you want to blend out, fine lines or wrinkles. and just make sure that you don't leave them looking like a mannequin, or you don't leave them looking like a wax figure, you know. Keep them looking human. You know, humans have some kind of pores in their body, so let's keep it a little, you know, subtle. This is going to be your most time consuming part of the editing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and fast forward this section, but go ahead and do all the skin smoothing that you need by just cloning out and using different areas from your image. Okay, so now let's just check out our before and our after. And that looks pretty good to me. I think we're pretty okay to just flatten at this point. And if you ever feel like it's too much, just kind of pull back at the whole thing. And so we're going to flatten that image. I do see a little strands of hair that I do want to fix. I'm going to just go in and with the patch healing tool and select those areas and remove them. And then what I'm going to also do is I'm going to lighten that layer that I'm going to do this on. That way, you know, the strands will still be there, but they won't be as prominent, just because I don't like, you know, doing things overboard. So that's what I like to do personally. Alrighty then, I'm just going to lower the opacity and I'm going to call that done. I'm going to go ahead and flatten, and that's how you do frequency separation. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!